Keep it there, please.
No.
Hey, it's Friday afternoon. It's kind of like looking ominous out there for rain. Apparently, we're going to get some rain here in Atlanta. But hey, we bring our smiling, kind of smiling faces to another Friday.
I'm like, where is he going with this?
I don't know. Who are you again? I always forget.
What's up? I'm John. That's all I'm going to be today.
Well, apparently that's not all, since you got some ridiculous caption there for your name. But as always, folks, I'm Brent Leary.
What's up?
I don't know. What is up? What is happening? What's going on?
I don't know. But
Well, I'll tell you.
What? Tell me, and then I'll tell you.
I am feeling good right now.
Mm-hmm.
Feeling real good. And it's because of what I'm wearing.
What?
Now, I have been known from time to time to wear Rams paraphernalia. It could be a shirt.
I mean, seriously, we're really going to talk about your fashion choices.
Absolutely. Because what I am wearing today,
oh my God.
This is a piece of history. Now, this is not a Rams 13 for the great Kurt Warner, who did quarterback us to our very first Super Bowl win. Something that the Falcons are still shooting for. Maybe they'll get there one day. Anyway, no, this 13, this is a replica. Actually, they call it a limited edition throwback for the Rams' original 13, Kenny Washington. And you know why this is an important limited edition throwback? Because Kenny Washington, the original number 13 for the Rams, was the first player in the modern NFL era to sign a contract being a black player for an NFL team. This happened in 1946. This happened with the Los Angeles Rams. He was about a month before the second black player to sign and integrate the NFL, which was Woody Strode.
Oh, I thought it was Jim Brown.
Oh my God. Woody Strode, who was also with the Los Angeles Rams. So that's right, folks. The very first two NFL players to integrate the modern NFL, because back in the day, before 1920, there were black players in the NFL, like when it really first got started. But then they didn't put any in until 1946. My team, the Los Angeles Rams, were the first to do it. Kenny Washington was the first guy to integrate. He did it a year before Jackie Robinson integrated Major League Baseball. And you know where the commonality is? Jackie Robinson, Kenny Washington, and Woody Strode all played college football for the UCLA Bruins. They were like the first big-time black athletes to come in and play for a major college university. And they killed it. And then Jackie went on to integrate Major League Baseball, and Kenny and Woody went on to integrate the NFL.
All right. Well, you're like 8 days after.
I don't care
Black
about
History
that.
Month. But thanks for the Black
History. No, this is just history, folks. And I just got it in the mail today, and I couldn't wait to put it on.
That's why.
Couldn't wait to put it on. I got the last one before they ran out.
Awesome. Well,
anyway.
that's thank you for the history. Had no idea that was before.
You had no idea who these people were and why they were important anyway.
That's because they're Rams.
Anyway, hello, Danny Don. I like a person that has the three name, Danny Don Houcher.
Hey, how are you, Danny?
Do you know who Danny Don is?
I don't think I know Danny Don.
That's so close to Dandy Don Meredith that I could get confused. And look at this stranger who's back.
Hey, Shay.
Where is she?
You too?
Where is she living these days? Like
she's in Mexico.
Oh, I thought you might have gone to like Botswana by now, or some other place, Malaysia, or Tasmania, or I don't know. But it's good to hear from you.
Short FOD hacker.
I don't know what you're talking
about. Oh.
What are you talking? Oh, is he talking like some other different language here?
Short FOD hacker.
That's some kind of weird language. I don't know what he's talking about.
Short FOD hacker. I spoke with you about a year ago about your book that you have out.
What is he talking about? Short for hacker.
Oh, short
for hacker.
Okay, short for hacker. Gotcha. Oh, I don't know.
I don't know either.
I think he's saying his last name is Hawker.
Oh, okay. But how is that short for? Anyway, glad to have you. However you want to pronounce your name, we're glad to have you.
Well, it can't be his book because he didn't write one.
I did, so but that's okay. It was before yours, but that's okay. All right,
you did.
Me and do I need to bring up my co-author?
Why not? You bring up every other ancient Black history. Go ahead.
Dang, I don't know about all that. Hello, JP.
JP, what's up, brother? How are you, man?
Wait a minute. You know
what?
What's going on, G?
Hey, man,
and then he made sure
way back.
He wanted to make sure he was referring to you as G, so he put your name
he probably at me. That's a Facebook thing.
So.
So
that's Facebook. Are we still using that?
It's Mr. Lawson's book.
It was more. It was Mr. John. No, he's just call him John, please.
He's adding me.
There's no need.
There's no need to
put a. There's no need to put a Mr. on that.
Oh, whatever. I'll be a Mr. at this point. I'm almost there.
No, you're
Yeah, I'm almost there.
Anyway, so I feel good. That's all. I just feel good. I just feel it's been a long week because I just got back from Vegas. Didn't you just get back from somewhere?
I just got back from Birmingham, Alabama.
Oh, that's even longer. Birmingham, Alabama.
Exactly. And it was really good because I didn't need to have IVF, so it's safe.
Oh well, that is a good thing. I don't know how to follow that one up.
Yeah, you can just let it go. Just let that one breathe.
That one go all.
Let that one breathe. But yeah, I get on the plane to Vegas in the morning. So
I was in Vegas last week. I was in Vegas last week. I was in San Francisco this week. I'll be back in Vegas in about a week and a half.
Yeah,
and then I go back to Vegas like 2 other times.
See, this is why I don't like Vegas.
Oh, look,
too many times.
Whose hometown is Birmingham. I would have never.
Right, she did tell me that.
Well, guess what? Now we know why she lives in Mexico.
I did not say that. I didn't say that.
Birmingham. Well,
Birmingham was lovely.
I'm sure it was.
The people were lovely. I had a great time. The weather sucked. It was raining and stuff. But other than that, it was good. The event was good. I got to meet some great business.
So what was the event? You just come?
Yeah, I got this nice partnership with Verizon, and it was another one of their events. So it was kind of fun.
What was it about?
It's a small business event, and they like bringing in experts to speak on.
So they couldn't find any, and they had you come in. You set yourself up.
They like me. They really.
What are you, Sally Field now?
I'm Sally Field.
I'm sorry, Shay. I was just having. Wearing this Kenny Washington throwback is just added so much energy, and my synapses are synapsing and all that kind of stuff. So sorry for whatever I say.
Synapses are synapsing.
Whatever I say, you can't hold it against me because I'm just feeling energized because I have number 13 on, the original number 13. Not that I didn't like the other 13 who got us the Super Bowl.
I'm the original 13.
You're something. I don't know what it is.
That's my birthday.
Yeah. Oh, really? Okay. Yeah. Well,
that's my date of birth.
I'm good. Oh, speaking of birthdays, do you know whose birthday it is today?
Let
me see if I could find this. because I was like, oh, this is cool. Maybe I should bring this up for the show. Somebody that had something to do with somebody that's very important to your music fandom.
Today?
Today. It's the exact day, March 8th, 1962. March 8th, 1962.
1962. I don't know. I have no idea.
Okay. Well, I'll just make it easy on you.
Who?
It was somebody related to Prince. How does
somebody Sheila?
No.
Darn. Morris?
No.
Okay.
You give up?
Vanity.
No. This
right,
person is
now
still alive.
Somebody that's still alive. Nah,
Yes.
I don't know anybody that's still alive.
In the band. He was a part
of the band.
Well, I got to tell you which band.
Well, now you said he.
It's a he. It is a part of the Revolution.
The original. So it has to be what's your boy's name? I can't even remember. Des.
No, he wasn't in the Revolution. He was before the Revolution. Remember?
He was in the Revolution?
No, he was before the Revolution. Him and Andre Simone were gone by the time the Revolution actually came out.
Wrong. Big
They were like on the first couple of albums.
Bro,
the Revolution is you know who the Revolution is.
The Revolution came out in 1999. He was on 1999. Yeah.
This guy was all right. So this guy was after that for Purple Rain.
Okay.
Remember, this guy. All right, I'll just
so it has to be Mark Brown. I mean, who else?
Well, you got it wrong. It's Brown Mark.
Okay, Brown Mark, Mark Brown.
Brown Mark is 62 today.
Oh wow! All right. Well, happy birthday, Brown Mark.
Absolutely. Everybody give a shout out to Brown Mark. Woo! All right. Hey, Thomas. Hola.
Hola.
Although I didn't know you spoke Spanish, but it's okay. All right. I'm excited about.
I'm excited.
Jenny I.
Okay.
I'm excited about it now. I'm getting excited. This last couple of weeks, I've actually seen stuff that's interesting. Not all the picture stuff, not all that, not jazz, and not all that content creation stuff. We're actually seeing like legitimate things that are actually not just content creation. We're talking about workflow orchestration and interesting things that are tying all these back-end systems together.
Okay. I'd rather talk about something else.
Well,
go ahead. Talk about.
No,
this.
I'm just saying. I'm finally. I'm so glad.
I'm sure this is going to be snorable.
I'm so glad that we're finally getting. You know what's snorable at this point? Oh, let me type in and let me see what images I can create. Big deal. Who cares?
Go ahead.
Who the heck cares what pictures you can make? We don't care about your pictures. We don't care about. Oh, I can get it to write all sorts of posts for me. Who the hell cares at this point? Ain't nobody reading that stuff. Nobody's reading it. I'll tell you right now, folks.
Did you hear about that?
Nobody's reading it. What?
Did you hear about that?
What? Hear about
that? Google purged like 20 million. What do you call it? Blog posts? No.
Oh, blog posts?
Yeah.
Good. They can. That's just the tip of the iceberg. Get rid of all that junk. Nobody's reading that shit. Oh, excuse me. I didn't mean to go that way.
Wow, really? Wow. All right. So, what do you want to talk about?
Do you care about movies now? I definitely care about movies.
Yeah, the movies are amazing. Matter of fact, I saw a new schema where they are able to create an entire movie from one prompt.
No, I'm not even learning. I'm talking about actual movies. Like I saw.
I'm talking about being able to make a movie.
I saw the new Hunger Games movie on the plane. That was really interesting. You know what? So this is the same thing that's happened with blog posts. You know, it's happened with images. It's eventually going to happen with videos.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because anytime anybody can make a video from just normal language, it'll happen faster.
But the cream will still always rise to
the top. We'll get so sick and tired of that even faster than we've gotten sick and tired of the images in the blog post.
I don't know if we've gotten sick and tired of it. People still
come
read
on.
blog posts. People still make images.
How many
They
people
will
are really
always do that.
reading full blog posts at this point?
I don't know. I don't have the data on it, but I know that actual subscriptions to newsletters are pretty high.
Yeah, but how many people actually read the subscriptions? I
I
subscribe to
don't
stuff all the
know.
time. I
I
ain't
don't
reading
read it.
it.
I don't read it.
That's
Matter
what
of
I'm
fact, I've got a
saying.
new tool that summarizes it, and then it will read it out to you. So now
Just
they have to
another
read
way.
those.
So are you doing that? Have you found yourself doing that more? I mean, or
Yeah, a little bit more, yes.
for
Because there's certain things that I just don't have all the time to get into, so I'll just play that in the background.
yeah, eventually that will be cut down to. I mean, this is just the way it
probably
is.
will. It probably will.
Folks, we got to get past all this content creation stuff.
I don't think you're ever going to get past content creation.
No, people
Look, content creation's been around since the internet, so that's not going anywhere.
Yeah, but now it's gotten to the point where anybody could just type a few things and create 1,000 words that are not being read. That's just the size of it. I mean, come on, think about it. If people that are here with us, let us know. Are you really?
How do they know if it's
consuming
written by AI or not?
No, it doesn't even matter. But we know it is. Come on, man. We know it is.
I just assume everything's written by AI.
I'm not. Well, you not. I do not. I still do my own stuff because here's the thing. Eventually, you can see. We can tell when things are just AI generated versus somebody who really took some time that wanted to write something that was actually kind of unique.
I don't think there's. Yeah, just because somebody took time doesn't make it better.
Well, I didn't say necessarily make it better, but if
if it's something that's interesting and you're
if you
giving
wanted to
me
be
something
different
out of it, then I'll read it.
If you wanted to not just look like it's generated by, this stuff is starting to look a lot alike. It sounds a lot alike.
Definitely. There is definitely a format that's starting to make its way and make its appearance for sure.
That's not good.
You know what? Here's funny. I'll just tell you. I got this thing, and it was an ad, right? That came up in my Facebook feed, and it said, e-commerce AI and the future blah. It's like, get this report, white paper. And it was from like two reputable, or at least they look reputable, 2 or 3 reputable, like we got together and I pulled this thing down. I'm like, this is all written by like ChatGPT 3.5. It was so obvious.
How quick were you able to determine that? How quick?
I can tell pretty fast,
So when let me ask you, I just want to follow up because I think this is interesting. So when you determine, oh yeah, this is ChatGPT, did that make you want to read it more or less, or did it have any impact? Okay, so less. That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm saying all this content creation stuff.
Well, I mean, but the thing is, I don't know. It was playing itself as if it was like some lead, thought leadership in the AI space with ecom, and then to have it be like in a world where ecom is, I'm like, fuck, are you kidding me? That's totally AI. It was just stupid.
Thomas summarizes it pretty nicely here.
What do you say?
As many can't make it better, they are using Gen AI as it takes them less time to crank out the same crap. That's what I'm saying. People, there are, I would say, a small fraction of folks who are actually leveraging it to enhance what they do, not to replicate what they do so they don't have to do it. A lot of the stuff that's coming out, people are just using it because they feel like it's got to churn stuff out and put it out there and be in front of people. And they don't care what it is or what the quality level is or how much it looks like everybody else's stuff. And that's what's killing content right now.
I just don't see it killing content.
I do. I mean, there's legit good stuff out there, but how do you get to it when you're inundated with ChatGPT gibberish?
I don't know. I mean, here's the thing. Probably 80% of the things that I write now, I write with AI.
Yeah. All right. Let me
All
ask you
right.
this though. Let me ask you though.
Right.
So, but how much of it do you just let it write it and just put it out there, or do you do things, massage it, tweak it, add some
I do
flavor
most
to
of
it?
my tweaking before it starts writing. So I'll write it and then let it rewrite.
Oh, so you will write first.
Yeah, I will give it the basics of what I want, and then I let it go. Because I'm not a great writer, so I'm a great orator, but when it comes to putting that on paper, if I'm not speaking if I'm not writing like I speak, then it doesn't come out the same way.
Well,
So
but
I've given up on that part.
but
I used to stop. I stopped writing a
does
long
Chat
time ago.
GPT make a great orator a great writer, or could it?
I think ChatGPT is a great tool. Just because let's put it like this: just because you got a hammer, don't mean you can build a house. That's the way I look at it. It's a tool, and as such, it can do a lot of different things, and it can help you become a builder. But you still have to have skills.
All right, Chris has a question for you, and it's not even like a smart ass question. Do you instantly lose respect for someone or a business online if you can tell they are trying to pass off AI content as original content?
um, would I lose respect for some? You would have to assume that I had respect for them to begin
That
with.
is a pretty big
That's
assumption.
a big assumption, right? But I see where you're going. I think people being disingenuous about it, is pretty. I just don't have a lot of respect for that. It's like I wrote something, I posted something. Let's put it like that. I posted something. The guy goes, it's like, you wrote that with AI. I'm like, yeah, you idiot. I freaking teach AI. Of course I wrote it with AI. Why would I pretend like I didn't? I don't get that. Everything, that's why I say I assume everything's written with AI anymore. You know?
Shay says she prompts an outline of her unique point of view,
Yeah, that's more like,
takes the output and tweaks it.
yeah,
That's
absolutely.
how I, that's so, I don't want to be a complete hypocrite here. I do use a lot of for video AI video editing. I use that a ton from Opus. But here's the thing that I don't like about Opus. I like the fact that I can upload a video and it'll analyze it. Let's say if I up and I'm doing like 7-8 hours of video through what we do with PPN. So there's like 7 different shows. There may be upwards of 5 shows a week. They create roughly, anywhere from 4 hours to 6 hours of stuff every week. Ain't no way in the world I'm gonna watch all that stuff. I don't even like watching stuff when I'm on it. But
I definitely don't like watching stuff with you on it.
anyway, moving on. So I don't want to have to try to figure out what clips to create from 4 to 6 hours. So I upload to opusclips.ai, and I've been doing that for about 5 or 6 months. It's getting progressively better at selecting and creating clips. Then I can look at those little clips and then I can determine, all right, I'll take this one and I'll do some stuff with it, and then I'll push it out. Saves a lot of time, saves a lot of effort. But you
Okay.
know what?
Is
What
that being disingenuous?
No, but here, no, not no, I don't think so. Because here's where I don't like using Opus AI. Every freaking title it comes up with sounds the same
You
damn
need the
thing.
definite because it uses a very
Oh my
similar
god, it's
script
the
to write
same
these. Yes.
thing. So
But
there's
then you
certain
have to
things.
massage it.
Yeah, so you have to massage, but like you said, a lot of these folks aren't even massaging the junk.
No, they just because they don't have a lot to start with.
Somebody, Facebook user, we don't know who you are. Tell us who you are so we can
Sorry you're
say,
late.
so we can get on you for being late. So Shay says video.ai is also intuitive with its clip selection, but allows you to, yeah, they all can allow you to do that. But I'm just saying, some of the things that they do with the content when it comes to the titles, and because they're optimizing these titles, and these optimized titles are just terrible to me because optimized titles means they're optimizing it for machines and not for people. And I'm a person. I want my stuff to sound like me, not like what's optimized for what everybody else.
They're not optimized. What do you mean they're optimizing for machines?
It's Cousin Gar.
Hey, Gar.
Those titles
what do you mean?
Are optimized for something to be able to pull that title and put it in front of a larger group of people. So what I'm saying is that title is being optimized for some other machine to say, oh, we need to put this in front because those titles sound like something that people might like. And I don't like it because I don't want my stuff sounding like everybody else's. Hi, Annette.
All right.
Wow, so, AI is your best friend?
It is mine.
AI is your best friend? Do you really look at it like that?
Hey, so guys, look, if you're in the Ecom AI boss group, I just put something in there. That link where it says checkout. So that's something on AppSumo, and it's called Minvo. And Minvo does what Opus does, but you can get a lifetime membership for $49.
Yeah, what is this? Affiliate link? Are you getting a piece of the action here?
Well, you don't get a piece of the action. You get like
you get some kind of credit.
A credit, yeah.
Yeah, you got to make sure you publicize that.
Why do I have to make sure it's right there? Don't you see it? It says source equals share equals.
Yeah.
Obviously,
he's trying to get over on you guys, folks. That's all I'm saying.
How am I getting over? I'm giving you the information.
All right, Annette.
Oh my god.
Annette Nettles Crittenden says Crittenden. Man, it's hard for me to say for some reason. It gives me a starting point. Yeah, and that's what Thomas is saying.
Perfectly great for that.
You know what? I don't like the starting point where the starting point for me and you is the ending point for more people, and so it all starts to look alike. That's what I hate. That's the thing I hate. I
hate a blank page. And I don't have to start from a blank
I'm not worried about a blank page. I've never had to worry about a blank page.
Well, some people
I'm not worried about them.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry, you blank pagers.
Minvo people.
Oh, by the way, Cousin Gar was the face. Why all of a sudden we don't know who Cousin Gar is? What is he doing?
Because he's going through the group as opposed to on the page.
Come back to the page, Cousin Gar. we know who you are.
It's like if you catch this from the group, it doesn't put your name in unless you give it access to your name.
Let me ask folks out there. Do you feel like your content is actually getting through with all your AI generated stuff that is saving you time? Do you feel like it's actually hitting the mark? Do you feel like more of it is getting through? Okay, really?
Absolutely. I mean, I got data that can show
that for you, right?
Yeah. Well, who was you talking to?
I want to hear from them.
Well, okay.
Because you be putting stuff out there, Yeah.
What?
I'm just saying.
What? Dude, stop. Don't hate on me because I
ain't hating.
I got
you got
followers.
You got followers.
Because I got followers.
You got
people like my content.
You got minions?
No, I got followers. I got friends and followers.
Friends and all right. So
sales prove it.
Sales prove it. All right. So let me ask you, are you seeing more sales from your AI generated content? That's a great. I don't care about followers.
But you would have to. Here's the thing. What if you weren't making content prior to? And this has given you an option and an opportunity.
Let people tell their story. That is, Annette, I'm so glad you put it. Sales prove it. All this yik yak, talkity talk, don't talk back. That's nice. But are you actually seeing concrete proof? Like, dollars are coming in, sales are going up. That is a great point, because right now I wonder how many people are seeing that level of results as opposed to we got more followers.
Folks, if you're putting out content and you're not seeing results with your AI, contact me. I can help you.
Yeah. All right.
How about that?
you know, I would
That just
love
doesn't
to
make any
find this
sense.
out. It doesn't. I think it makes a lot of sense. I think a
Because
lot of
here's the
people.
thing, Grant, you can do content at scale that you couldn't do before. So even if I had a blog post that I could write one blog post and maybe only 4 or 5 people will interact. But if I take that same piece of content and I tailor it for specific audiences on specific platforms, because what resonates with a LinkedIn audience might not be the same way if you put it in on LinkedIn the way you put it on Facebook to resonate. So you have to actually massage it for the different platforms. And this allows that to happen. So I can start with one piece of content and then make it very unique to the different platforms that we're dealing with or the different audiences I'm trying to reach. You just can't do that as a human. It's just, you can't do it.
But most humans aren't doing that, even though that they could do that.
Right.
Humans are saying, "Man, I want to do this stuff. If I can just click a button and then I'll just let it go as is, and I'll just let it flow wherever it needs to go. I don't want to put any additional effort or thought and time into figuring out, well, this clip will do well
Man.
over this audience, and this clip will do this audience, and this blog post will go in this channel." They're not doing that.
Well, average effort will get you average results.
That's why I'm asking people, are you seeing concrete?
Well, you're
dollars
asking
results?
the average of our audience, and you're going to get an average answer.
Well, you're the only one to answer it so far.
Well, I know, because they already know. If they answer, you're going to jump on them.
I'm not. I'm asking questions. I am literally. Look, I will honest. I
They
can
already
honestly,
know. You're going to beat up on them.
I
Why are
am
you
not going to
using
beat
that?
up on
That
them.
is it.
Look,
This is
I can honestly say
Yeah.
for what I do with the video stuff on LinkedIn,
Uh-huh.
it's helped me. But
Okay.
I'm not trying to. I'm not doing direct sales with that. I'm just trying to create thought leadership aimed at a certain audience, and it's definitely helping me. So I can say that.
So why can't it help with people's writing?
I'm asking if it is actually doing that. I think you've been doing this well before AI, so it's not about the AI for you. I think the AI helps you do it, but you were already on that pathway. You were already a known entity in your industry. So using AI is only more optimization of what you were doing before, not anything new for you.
It's because I'm cute.
And on that note, folks, it's been great. I think I threw up a little in my mouth, but So that's why I'm wondering, people that weren't as outwardly established in the industry like you. I mean, you're old, you've been around for a long time, you've done a lot of stuff. Does paperless billing still get you paid? I mean, I don't know.
See, okay, that's a good point. That's a good point. I love that. Right? So here it is. American Express hires influencers, not even influencers, people that use their card, and says, "Hey, we want you to be in a commercial for American Express." Do you think that I wrote that line?
Of course not.
Okay. And then to Chris's question, do you lose respect for me because I read a line that somebody in Hollywood wrote for me to read on the commercial?
And I still get a kick out of it every time I think about it.
But do you see what I'm saying? Yeah, I mean, there's all kind of writers that write things that other people repeat.
Oh, by the way,
we act like that's so new with AI, and it's not.
I should say that Chris is making a very valid point here. This might be the first time this ever happened, Chris. So thank you for pointing it out. I really appreciate it.
So, you know what? You better frame that sucker, because it ain't coming around that much.
Oh man!
Enjoy your time.
Are people? And let's say Annette says, "I like Annette."
Yes.
Is this the first time, Annette? Have you? This is the first time you've been with us?
I think she's been with us.
Well, welcome, Annette. You're really adding to the conversation here. Actors are reading a script and remembering it and make tons at the box.
Yeah. I mean,
But
come
they're
on.
actors. But most of those folks were actors before AI happened.
Hey, so are most of these influencers.
Yeah, you got a point there.
A good point, right? Shoot.
Thomas says repeating stuff is okay. Having it written by AI is too. It is just instant me. All right, Thomas has got that sense of humor that I really appreciate. That snarkiness, and he's right. There's a lot of people who think mediocrity is great because they don't want to work for
and because some people are less than mediocre. So mediocrity could be a step up.
All right. Chris says, honestly, I started to see late night hosts differently when I realized they had a team of. Oh, so you thought before
you thought they wrote those jokes?
Oh my gosh, really? Okay.
Well, I guess he.
Well, some of them are funny, but I mean, they need a little. They need to be funny every day, every night. I mean, that's
very few. That's another thing that when we looked at the comedians talking about each other, I started doing some more research in that, and a lot of those people don't write all their stuff. Most rappers don't write all their stuff, but see, they sit there and they pretend like they do because it gives them credit, or cred, excuse me. They have to keep their street cred. If you knew that, most of the stuff is written by somebody else, then you would be like, oh, he just reads somebody else's lines. But that's just the way it works, man. Some people are great writers. Some people are great actors or great rappers, but you might not have the gift of writing. I watched Run DMC, and DMC wrote most of that stuff. Run didn't write a lot of that stuff.
Remember NWA? Easy, he didn't write that stuff.
That's
that
right.
Cube.
That Cube and what was the other dude?
Dre or Ren or
Ren. Cube and Ren were the writers for that. What's his name couldn't even rap.
No, Easy. He sounded terrible when he first.
No, Easy E. He had to. I can't remember where I was watching the thing, and he said he had to punch Easy E in on the first, Boys in the Hood. He had to punch him in after each line. He would say it, then Easy would repeat it, and then he'd stop the tape, say it, and then let Easy repeat. He was that bad, right? But that went to number one.
People seem to like that song. That's exactly.
Yeah.
So, whereas Cube was a writer from the get-go.
Yeah,
a lot of that stuff he made up because he wasn't as hard a gangster as he was playing to be.
There's a skill, some people have a skill in writing, not Brent, but other people that are writers do.
Anyway, moving onwards.
but I mean, even Brent, when I met Brent, he was writing a lot of stuff, and I was like, wow, he can write. Now I can write as good as Brent. So.
Wow, look, Chris, 2 in one show, Chris. I don't know. Is this the end?
I know.
Time the apocalypse.
The last episode.
My God, I don't know what's going on here. All
right. But you know what? I put up Thomas's last comment, and I want to speak to that real quick. It says actors do more than just reading, and most do not make tons at the box office. Okay, I get that. But that is true. There is a level of talent that comes with being the person that delivers, because you could write something, and then when somebody else gets their interpretation of your writing and does it, it adds a whole nother dimension to it as well.
Well,
so that's what we should be doing with AI.
Well, there are great actors who've been acting for decades that never took that wanted to go into directing and producing, but they have done different kinds of acting. They've taken different kinds of roles. They perfected it. I mean, one of my favorite actors of all time is Robert De Niro. I don't know if he's ever really directed anything but he's been in a ton of stuff, and it's a lot of different things.
Just because you can act don't mean you're a great director.
Or like you said, or a great writer, or a great
writer,
producer.
Yeah, everybody has their skill.
Yeah. Well, now we'll bring it back to one of our mutual favorites who did do it all. Prince, of course. We knew he did it.
Do we got to go back to Prince?
I'm sorry.
I'm not going to hate on Prince, but
there are very few people who can write and play and produce
and perform
and lead a band, and dance. There are very few people, singular people, who can do it all.
But Prince didn't start that way.
Well,
For a lot of people, people don't remember. But Prince worked very hard to become Prince. Now
well,
he
that's the
had
thing.
he had
People don't know.
talents.
People
Yeah,
don't know how hard he had to work to get to the level. I mean, you can only
yeah,
raw talent will only get you so far, right?
exactly, exactly,
So anyway,
exactly.
so I think when you think about just what raw talent or what skills are necessary to leverage the what AI does offer to become an expert level person in a field, to become like a master artiste or a great business plan writer or something that really allows you to stay ahead of the crowd even when you have these things like Gen AI coming. Oh, Annette, we're just hitting it
You're in
all
the
out
right place.
apart. Absolutely. Annette, are you a Rams fan? Because if you are, then
Oh my gosh, stop.
I will just have
She
to
is
like
a Prince fan. Let's leave it at
so anyway, let
that.
me ask you a question. What do you think Prince would have done with these tools?
Oh man. I was thinking about that the other day. And I was like, how would Prince use and you haven't really seen AI yet in the music. See, I've been following AI in the music too, right? Like
Well, a
what's
couple years ago, remember when that Prince somebody I think you were the one that told me about this bot that apparently was trying to make a song like Prince based on the publicly available stuff that had Prince involved, and that went nowhere.
no, no, no. But I'm talking about like now, today, the things that they're able to do, it's insane. Like you could literally hum a entire orchestration and it
Huh.
will come out. It's like with the advancements in the music. So, we're seeing all these things with the chat GPT world, but there's other worlds that are moving just as fast. Like we're seeing the movie coming out, the movie stuff coming out, or videos coming out. That's moving fast. The music industry is moving at amazing pace, and the music that we're going to see. So, what would Prince do? I don't know because I mean he was very, very he was very technical. You know, he used a lot of the samplers and
Yeah,
keyboards, and he
he
would
took
use
those.
this.
He would take those new tools apart and try to figure out the Lin drum. I mean, you would have thought he had created the Lin drum. He didn't create it, but he learned how to use that better than Lin did himself. I
You
mean,
know, yeah, absolutely. There's one. I was going to say there's one. There's one song out there that really doesn't get played a lot. It's a number one song, and there's a reason why it doesn't get played a lot because it was in a movie soundtrack. But Bat Dance was
oh,
Prince
mhm.
playing with computers. It was all samples, It was all done with samples. It's old
From the
stuff
movie,
and
actually.
from the movie. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And he turned so I could see Prince definitely utilizing this in a very artistic way. And I think there's a lot to be said for
Well,
artists using AI to create more and different art.
they're the ultimate artists because they aren't afraid of the tools. They want to know the tools inside and out to figure out how they can use them in conjunction with all the other things that are going on. So that's why I think about Prince. The Lin drum was brand new, and that did not stop him from diving head on, trying to figure it out, try to use it in ways that Lin himself never even thought of using it because
And he was playing
Prince,
drum stuff on there that people couldn't
yeah,
reproduce.
that 7779311 drum part.
Oh yes, yes,
I
yes.
mean,
That triple little
yeah.
yeah, absolutely.
So
Oh
yeah,
man.
there are people that will take these new tools and learn them inside and out, and then try to figure out the best
Do
way to
new things with them.
implement and integrate them into their creation process versus trying to use these new tools as instead of having
Mm,
the original creation process. And
mm.
that's the difference between I think the very small percentage of people who will embrace these tools to their fullest versus the folks who are like, well, can we just use these instead of doing any of this stuff? Because I don't really want to do any of this stuff, but I want to get the, you know, the
But I
whatever
mean, you know
benefit
what?
I can get.
Here's the thing. I would say, Brent, just for this conversation, we shouldn't. People do not focus in on those kind of people because the bottom feeders will be with you always,
Right.
and it's not the tool. It's just that they're tools, and they're just going to be with us always. You know.
And that is asking, can you imagine Michael Jackson Thriller video using AI?
I'll tell you what, the Thriller video was the first $1 million video. They could probably make that today for $10,000.
Maybe just by speaking it into existence.
Soon, right? Right. But I mean, just can you imagine what it would have been like? What kind of effects he would have brought in? Michael would definitely be using this stuff. Because he was the first person to morph. Remember, he brought that morph
that black or white thing
with the black or white video, and everybody's like, "Whoa, what's that?" Blah blah blah. But yeah, he would be using that too, for sure.
Well, there are certain people who will use it for certain things, and then there are certain people who will use it everywhere they are, but not all the parts all the time. Like visually, Michael Jackson and his team would have definitely. I mean, because look at what they did with that video for him and Janet. What was that song that makes you want to scream?
Yeah, scream.
That was a crazy video for its time.
Oh yeah, that was the most expensive video ever made back then. I don't know if anything's beat it, but
beat it.
Yeah,
just beat it.
Beat it. No. But yeah, that was crazy.
So
overpriced, but crazy.
I would love to see what can be done when you do put this stuff in the hands of people who are, let's say, possessed to the point where they have to know how to use it and the best place to fit it in.
It's already happening.
I'm not seeing it any of the possession stuff.
Well, what do you mean? In music? Are you saying just in music?
You know, maybe it's coming, but I don't. Maybe it's hard to see when you're deluged with the mediocrity.
Right, but see, that's the thing. Okay, here's the thing, guys. Part of this is, we got ChatGPT, which allowed us to talk to billion-dollar computers, right? I mean, the compute power of an LLM is very expensive, massive. We were giving a public access with an on-ramp to that. But the deal is, of the Star Wars movies, Avatar movies, Titanic even, all of these were made using AI, just that we would call it green screen. It's AI, I mean, the AI has been in art for a long time.
What is that? CGI? Isn't that
CGI?
What it was talking about?
That's AI.
Yeah.
Computer generated images, AI.
Same thing. That's when Pixar opened up, that's really when the masses started to see what is being done.
Yeah, because they were like, oh my gosh, you were able to make a cartoon without all the what were those things called? The jelly screens. They didn't have to go through all of those and do each of these images hand drawn. That was like the first one, a full-blown movie without doing the hand-drawn images. I mean, that used to be a long process making a cartoon film.
Yeah.
Now, and they did it, and it was so beautiful. But again, yeah, you're right. It's CGI.
Let's see. Thomas says, right, John, we shouldn't restrict AI to the current hype topic.
Yeah.
Well, but let's face it. Branding and marketing was hyped way before people got their hands on this Gen AI stuff. Gen AI is just driving that hype even more. I don't see the trajectory changing because AI is making people not want to brand or market anymore. It's like the exact opposite of what's going on. It's like the more people can try to use ChatGPT for branding and marketing purposes, the more it's going to be used and the more we're going to have to try to wade through the schlep.
But I'm just saying, all it's doing is changing the bar. It's moving the bar lower, right? So before, to write a book, you'd have to do this, 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 and this. Now ChatGPT has taken it and moved the bar lower, right?
Yeah, and the lower the bar is, the more people can jump over.
But yes, absolutely. But also at the same time, the cream will still rise to the top. So there will always be something that will stand out and be a beacon of wow, look what can be done, right? So yeah, I mean, I get it. Anybody can do it. I feel that way about e-commerce for real. And Amazon. I think Amazon for me is the Gen AI of e-commerce. Now anybody can grab some shit from China and bring it over here and sell it to people. Are things getting better? Nope. You know what I'm saying? Are the products getting better? Nope. But every once in a while, a product will rise to the top and it'll be like, whoa, this one, you should check
Okay,
this
so
out.
that poses the question: are we better off
I don't, we
as
just,
a whole, not as an individual, as a whole?
well, I mean, it does open up opportunity to others. So, you know,
I don't, as a customer, I
I
don't
don't know.
feel it. I don't feel. You know what? I would hope
What?
that better products and better services would get created, not just more people doing the same old thing, selling the same old stuff. I want better, not more of the same.
Is that shirt better?
Absolutely.
Why?
Because there's a history behind this shirt. This
Right.
ain't
But
just a raggedy old shirt.
exactly. But you know what? To produce that shirt before would be so labor intensive in terms of cost that they couldn't even bring it to market because then the it would be it's like you said, it's sold out, right? But that was to a narrow audience, and it was a niche audience, and they knew it and they wanted it. But back in the day, they would have never brought that out because they don't have enough people that want to wear that number in that jersey, you know. So is it better? Maybe it is.
I don't think it's better. I'll just, maybe I'm just playing the devil's advocate.
You
I don't
always play the devil's advocate.
I don't think I don't feel like I'm seeing better things, more creative things.
Oh, really? Come on, Brent.
Look, all right,
Come
let me
on.
rephrase that, because there are some like weirdly creative things. I'm not saying there's better creativity, it's different creativity. But I don't feel like I'm better off, at least not at the moment.
I
Maybe
mean,
it's
just look at
coming.
what we're doing right now.
We were doing this 3 years ago, 4 years ago, before
But
all
I'm
the Gen
saying
AI
it was
stuff.
still the technology that allowed us to do this.
Yeah, but
Isn't
I'm
that
talking
making
about
it
this
better?
I don't I'm talking about this specific Gen AI. We were doing the same thing well before we even heard of Chat GPT and OpenAI.
Yeah.
Has it changed how
Here's
we
the
do
other
it?
thing. Here's the other thing, man. We use this one term AI, and there's so many alphabets behind the AI that
Right.
it's just not fair to,
No,
it's
that's why I
not.
say Gen AI. I'm not talking
Right,
about
but I
the
mean,
yeah.
even when you say Gen AI, everybody thinks of what? Chat GPT or
Right.
Mid Journey. It's like, yeah, but there's so much more going on in the world
There
of AI.
is, but most people are fine with just sticking to that.
But that's where they're going to be. There's
Because of
nothing we can do
why?
about that.
There's but
Because
I'm just saying,
because
because
you
they
know what?
limit themselves.
Because God made them average.
Well, it's the same thing with, like, remember back in the day, everybody was using Microsoft Office, and
Yeah.
only about 15% of the functionality that was in that productivity suite would be used by the masses. There's like a whole other 85% that
Ah,
it could do. They never used it.
yeah.
You're seeing the same thing here.
Yeah, absolutely. Same with freaking, Excel. I like this comment.
You are also cooking before stove. Sometimes better just, yeah, that's
That's
fine.
true.
But look, that's the true when we had the regular ovens and when we got the microwave ovens. That's always kind of a cool thing. That hasn't really improved. Like, it doesn't give me
I'll tell you,
a meal that I've
you
never
have
had before that I would
you've
love to,
made a very good point.
But
Damn.
wait a
Okay.
minute,
Okay. Wait.
Chris.
Wait. No.
Chris, is
Wait.
Chris
Stop.
still
Stop.
there?
Stop.
Chris still.
Wait.
That's three, Chris.
I
That's
can't believe
three.
that. It was a trifecta. This guy. So, but it's like I don't think the invention of microwaves has made food better. It definitely.
No. We just get it faster.
Exactly.
I want better
That's a
to go
good
along
one.
with the faster.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, you know.
That has not made food better.
No, but anyway, this has been an interesting conversation. I knew it was going to be interesting because when I put my Kenny Washington jersey on, I just felt it.
Well,
Just
good.
felt it. And
That's
Shea
cool.
being back, and we get
Yeah, I
introduced
felt
to
that.
Annette coming in,
and then
and
we
Thomas
had
coming
Chris
back. Yeah.
and Gar.
Yes.
And who else did we have? It seemed like we had one more person in there.
I don't know.
Female. Seemed like there was.
Oh, back early, Danny.
Oh, we
Don.
had Danny. Okay.
Dandy
okay.
Don. I'm going to call him
Dandy Don, and we had JP.
There it is.
Never
All
got
right.
to shout out JP. But
good stuff, folks. Good stuff. Appreciate you hanging out with us. Are you going to be around next week?
Probably not. This I'm probably. Who knows?
Oh, Annette, you just ruined it for me.
What?
We were doing so well until you said this.
Well, she's part of the mastermind too.
Oh, you're one of the mind melders like Shay is too. I was doing so good till I saw that.
And that don't pay him any attention.
And that we still like you anyway, you know.
He's just a hater. Don't worry about him.
Anyway, well, we enjoyed this hour. Maybe we'll see you in 2 weeks. Yeah, I'll be back because I'll be in Vegas in that week, I believe.
Okay, good. 2 weeks. Give us 2 weeks, guys.
Thank you, Thomas, for hanging out with us.
Appreciate you, Thomas.
All righty, folks. Well, we hope you have a great weekend. Yeah, that's right, Shay. I said it. Mind meld. Absolutely. All right. Well, we're still doing this too, by the way. So, you know, it looks even better in my Kenny Washington jersey.
Deuces.
Have a great weekend.